Okay, so was going to show you guys how to observe what you're drawing so that you can recreate your drawing and make it look as best as you can. One of the ways is to break everything down in shapes. We have been talking about that a lot in class. So if we take a look right here at the hummingbird's head, if I draw a circle around it, you can see that shape. So take a second and look at there. What other shapes can you see? And I'm going to get a bit of a bigger brush size, or maybe I won't, but we're going to try changing the color a little bit. So if we look at this circle right here, if I draw another circle next to it, okay, so now we're starting to get the proportion by just using the first shape. And then if I draw another circle next to that that's about the same size, we can see that the body of the bird is about 2 circles compared to the head. So our bird is 3 circles tall. Now, if you look at those 2 circles together, what shape does that make? Makes an oval, doesn't it? So I'm just going to kind of draw an oval around that. And now we've got our head and the body of our bird. If we look at our wings and our tail, what shape do you see there? You are right, you see a triangle. It's not a very pointy triangle though, is it? And after we draw our basic shape of the triangle, so it's not a perfect triangle and it kind of blends over here to the back, we're going to have to add some details. So some other little triangles here will go with it for the tail feathers. Oops, missed that. I'm drawing with a mouse, so forgive me, it looks a little bit bizarre. And then up here we've got this really nice triangle, but look at how the points have melted off and it kind of gradually fades down. So we can see our pointy triangle. And then we're just going to have to adjust it. And then if you look very carefully right here, do you see how those flight feathers come out from these layers of feathers for the bird? So I'm just going to put a little line there so that you can see where you would need to divide your triangle up. And then over on this one, if you look at here, we can see how there would be a really great triangle, but what we need to do is we're going to take this triangle and we're going to curve it off like that. So you can see how we had a shape, but we had to modify it just a little bit. The other thing I want you guys to really look at is the details, because the details, that is what's going to make your bird look like your bird. And right here, this feather is bigger and then they get smaller as they get closer to the body. Up here, they're longer and then they get shorter as they get closer to the body. If you look at his eye, now you wouldn't draw an eye that's this big on your bird, right? Because that's not how the bird looks. So you need to be aware of how big is the eye compared to the circle of the head when you're doing it. And then look at all these little feathers. Which way do they go? Where do they start from? So if you look, they kind of come out from the beak and go over, and then they sort of meet right here at the eye. Can you see how this one is pointing in this direction? But these right here are pointing up in that direction. Okay, and then his mouth goes clear back here. So those are some of the things that I want you guys to really look at while you're drawing your bird. And when you color it in, go ahead and use anything that you have on hand. I think for mine, I'm going to use pencils, colored pencils for this one. But you could do it in crayons, you could do it in just regular pencil by looking at the values right here. I wonder if I just downloaded this drawing app so that I could show you the pictures. And I don't know how to change the color. Oh, wait, here we go. Color. Yeah. Well, there's a color wheel up here, which is kind of fun to look at. Anyway, but if you look at it in black and white, then you could use that to do a pencil sketch instead of using colors or crayons or something like that. So I will upload this video and then I will also upload the finished product of my bird, and then I cannot wait to see your guys' birds. Thank you.